Sam Fortier?
Sam's coming. He's running to his computer right now.
All right, take your time, Sam.
Gotta play with pace.
Hey Logan, Sam Fortier with the Washington Post. Thank you for doing this. I guess kind of just in your first training camp here, what has your rapport been like, with Dwayne, and kind of how have you guys kind of progressed?
Well, it's going well. Dwayne's doing a great job every day of getting better, and that's the biggest thing I see in him is every day is a step forward and not a step back. And I'm just trying to do my job, trying to make him feel comfortable.
And for you, I feel like the thing we hear about a lot is, he's only played tight end for X amount of years or whatever. I guess how have you grown in this position in training camp? What have you been focusing on to kind of get better?
No, just a little bit of everything. This offense asks us to do a lot of things and to be good at a lot of things, so you just can't be one-dimensional. So every day is a learning process for me. I just try to get one step better and move forward every single day.
Thank you.
Hey Logan, it's John Cotton, ESPN. Where are you a different player at tight end, even compared to this time last year?
I think it's just understanding. I know what defenses are going to try and do. I think I understand what techniques to use in run game, what techniques to use in pass game, what windows to hit in the pass game, and just being able to play as much as I did last year and get a good feel in Detroit. I think that helped me going into this year.
And then you and Dwayne have connected more than a few times in the red zone. Do you feel you can be an effective red zone target? If so, why?
I just want to be somebody he's confident in to make a play. And so I think that's the reason we have such a connection is that, if he throws it to me, nothing bad's going to happen. It's either going to be a catch or an incompletion. And I think that's the way you got to look at it. And, in the red zone, hopefully my size and will help make a play down there. And if not, then somebody else makes one. And that's just kind of what we are on this team is that if it's not me, then it's somebody else.
Thank you.
Hi, Logan. Randall Walker with The Athletic. As a former quarterback, how important is it for a signal caller to have a tight end that they can trust, a security blanket of sorts? How vital is that to the success of an offensive quarterback?
I think a tight end is one of the most important positions on the field just because the things that we are asked to do. And then obviously you want to be that guy where, if something breaks down, you can just flick it out to them and they'll get you the couple tough, hard yards that put you in, even if it's like a third and short, which makes third down a little bit easier. And then obviously you want to be the guy that you can catch a ball downfield and make a big play as well. So, I think the tight end position in general is just a position that you got to do everything. You just and you got to have the confidence from everybody as well.
One thing I've noticed is that you and Marcus Ball work a lot together in two tight end sets. What is your relationship with him like? What do you feel like the two of you all can bring to the offense as a collective unit?
Me and Marcus got a good relationship. He's a good kid. He's funny. He's smart. He works hard, and that's all you can ask out of a young guy. And he's doing really well. He's a very athletic guy. So hopefully between the two of us, we can do some stuff. But it's not just us two, man. The other guys in the room are extremely talented as well. Hale and Sprink and Richard, man, they've been doing well and making plays out here as well. So I think we just got a good room in general.
Thank you, Logan.
Logan, Nikki Jabal with the Washington Post. Having bounced around quite a bit in your career so far, do you feel like this is a place where you can really establish yourself, given the system and being from here and whatnot?
Absolutely, that's the plan. I don't go into any year just thinking it's going to be 1 year there because I play with a bigger chip on my shoulder than just 1 year. I want to play that year out as best as I can and hopefully earn something for the next year. It's just so happened that I've bounced around and, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, either way, but I'm blessed to be here on the Washington football team. I'm thankful and, hopefully I have a good year and I'm able to stay around here, for years to come.
Why do you think Scott Turner's offense is a good fit for you?
Yeah, Coach Turner has done a great job, not only in Carolina but also Minnesota. And you can look at Greg and see the years that he's had, and you can see the years that the guys in Minnesota had as well at tight end. And I think as a tight end, you want to be asked to do everything. You don't want to just be one-dimensional, and that's what this offense does.
just kind of following up on that, how important is tight end to this offense? It seems like there's a lot of different looks with multiple tight ends on the field. What does that do against an opposing defense?
Yeah, when multiple sets in general, so multiple tight ends, multiple running backs, and then you spread the receivers out, it makes a defense think. And if a defense has to think and they get out of a gap, that's when big plays happen. So that's what this offense really does is, you put people in positions to make plays, but you also put people in positions where they're comfortable, and then you also do it to, mess with the defense. And if you can do all three of those things very well, then that's when you have an offense that's clicking and really cooking.
Have you noticed a shift with that? Like, are tight ends being featured more?
I'm really not sure with that question. I think the tight ends, just in general, are a big, important thing to the game of football, not just here in Washington, but you can look around the league and see, what the tight end position does.
Hey, Logan, Ben Standing with The Athletic. Just curious, this is your first year here, and obviously it's Ron's first year here. I'm just curious, what is your thought on sort of the vibe that he's been setting in camp throughout this last couple of weeks?
I really like Coach Rivera. He is exactly what I thought he was from what I could see, on the outside. He's a guy that, if something's not going right in the offense, he'll step into the huddle and he's like, just worry about this play right here, and then the next play, we'll worry about that when it comes. And he's just kind of a calming voice in the middle of practice, but he's also the guy that you can really get to understand. He really pushes you to be better.
Thank you.
You missed the first part of training camp on the coronavirus list. Can you elaborate on what that experience was like for you?
I hated it. You had to be at home for 10 days, just sitting there while the rest of your teammates are out there getting better. And but I guess now looking back on it, I don't really have a worry about having to deal with it for the rest of this year. I guess that's a blessing. That's the way I can look at it. But for those 10 days, I didn't look at it in that way. But thankfully, and I was blessed enough not to have any symptoms. Nobody in my family had any symptoms, and everybody is healthy. So, I guess that's the best way I can look at it, and I'm just looking forward to moving forward with the season.
So did you know you had it, or did the test kind of flagged it for you?
Yeah, he called me the next morning, I guess the morning of the 29th, since I did the test on the 28th, and he said that I tested positive, and I was like, really? I had no idea. Don't know where I got it, how I got it, where it came from. So,
Wild.
yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Logan, this is JP Finley from NBC Sports Washington. Watching you for a few days now, you seem to be kind of more the animated type. I saw you doing some push-ups today after an offsides, I think, and the other day, I think you were frustrated. It was a helmet throw. What is that about you that lets that passion come out?
I strive to be as perfect as I can be, and I just want to. I'm upset with myself, not at anybody else, when I mess up. And, I demand to be great. I want to be great. So when I do something stupid, that's kind of the way it comes out.
Thank you.
Hey, Logan, Les Carpenter at the Washington Post. Expanding a little bit more on playing for Rivera. There's so many things it seems like already that he's done off the field and meetings and things with you guys, and obviously that's it's not a normal training camp. How has he been able to handle all that? And you've been around the league a little bit. How does it differ from say other places you've been, other people you've worked with?
He's just very calm. He's laid back, relaxed, and it's like nothing ever gets to him. He just kind of takes the punches as they come, and that's kind of what he preaches to us. Is like sometimes you can't, you can't do anything about what's dealt to you. You just take it, and then you process it, and then you go do what you have to do for it. And for him, any different from guys around the league, there's not really. Everybody's different in their own way. Matty P's a little bit more excitable, like more in your face. Ron is a little bit more laid back, kind of like McDermott is in Buffalo. And those are the three guys I've really gotten to know over the last couple of years, obviously. And but with Ron, I have mad respect for him, just the way he handles everything, especially with his diagnosis and everything. Everything's been straight kilter, hasn't changed at all. And you can't even tell that If he's having a bad day, you would never know. All he wants to do is make us better and keep pushing us forward.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You called Ron calm. I'm not sure that word fits Pete Hayner exactly. How would you describe what it's been like getting to know your tight ends coach?
Oh yeah, Pete's got a little juice to him for sure. But I mean, that's how he gets his guys to be as good as they are. His guys in Carolina obviously loved him. His guys in Carolina obviously played very well for him as well. And, that's what he's trying to get out of us. And I think as a player, you respect who he is because he doesn't change. That's who he is every single day. And that's what you want. And for myself, I hear him. You kind of just process it and take it as it goes. But me and Pete have a good relationship, and I'm thankful for him.
Thank you.
Chris Russell, are you on?
Chris is not here. If you don't mind, I'll take one more up.
Yep.
Do you mind telling us about kind of your thoughts yesterday when you guys had the team meeting and watching players around sports sit out games, just kind of your personal reflections on the situation?
I think it's a beautiful time when it comes to that. I think the word needs to get out. I think everybody needs to come together, for one purpose, and that's just life betterment for everybody. I'm thankful for the opportunities that we have to be able to play this game, and within the walls of this locker room. It's not seen any different. It's seen different than it is out there in real life. And then once you get into real life, everything opens back up. For me, myself, I'm half black and half white. I'm kind of stuck in the middle. I see both sides, but I favor with the Black Lives Matter side simply because lives in general matter. And the things that are happening around the world. Around the United States especially, things must stop, and it's time to put a stop down. And, for us, we got to share our experiences with the world. And not only us sharing, but people have to listen as well. And I think that's where it really boils down to is everybody's got to come to an understanding, a knowledge, and then what steps do we take to move forward?
Anybody else?
I'll just ask one more quick with regards to one thing that stands about you is your versatility. Obviously, having played a different position, and this offense seems to really gravitate towards guys who can play kind of all over the place. Is that one of the aspects of this that kind of attracted you on some level in the first place and kind of worked with your skill set?
Honestly, before I signed here, they didn't really say much about that. But knowing the offense and seeing what they've done with other guys, like a Curtis Samuel last year, like the way they, give him the ball in a couple jet sweeps, I know that they know how to use skill sets and want to use those skill sets because, like I said earlier, it makes the defenses think. And if you make the defenses think, it makes it a little easier on your offense.